Let us work on another aspect, another concept given by Gregor Mendel, that is a test cross. What do you think by just hearing this name test cross? A test cross obviously is a test cross. Why it is known as test cross? Because it is going to help us to determine the unknown genotype of the organism. So that is why we call it a test cross, because it is helping you to determine the unknown genotype of an organism. So the definition of test cross is a cross between an individual of unknown genotype, because we are going to find out the genotype by performing this cross, and an individual which is homozygous for recessive characters. Okay. So when you talk about pea plants, we have a tall pea plant, and of course then we have a dwarf pea plant. Okay. So we have a tall pea plant and we have a dwarf pea plant. So when I talk about the genotype of this plant, what could be the genotype of this plant? What do you think can be the genotype of this plant? Because whenever I perform such crosses, you should be performing it on your notebooks also, because this is going to help you out and this is going to help you analyze the results of the cross. So what do you think is going to be the genotype of this tall pea plant? Well, definitely this can be this genotype. Why? Because both the letters are uppercase letter. This is uppercase letter T and this is an uppercase letter T. So it means the plant is going to be tall. So the genotype for a tall pea plant can be written as this. But there is another way out also. If I say the genotype of the plant is an uppercase letter T, but with that a lowercase letter t from other parent. So the phenotype of this type of pea plant is also going to be tall. Means if the genotype of a plant is an uppercase letter T and a small case letter t, this is going to be a tall pea plant even, right? So in both the cases the plant is going to be tall. But in this case we are going to have a cross between the homozygous recessive character. Means the genotype for this plant is definitely going to be lowercase letter t and a lowercase letter t. So genotype for a dwarf plant is definitely going to be a lowercase letter t and a lowercase letter t. So this is how we are going to interpret what is going to happen when we have such an offspring. Supposingly we have seeds in our plant, few seeds, and if the result is like we have all the tall plants, and if the result is we have 50% tall and 50% short, so from that conclusion of the results, we are going to make out that the genotype of one of the parents was this or this. Means was it homozygous or was it heterozygous? Okay. So was it homozygous dominant or heterozygous dominant? So this is we are going to make out, and that is why, because we are going to analyze what will be the genotype of the organism, we call this cross, a very special cross, as a test cross. Okay. So let us start performing what happens. Let us consider the first genotype. For example, we have a cross like a homozygous dominant with homozygous recessive pea plant. So what is going to happen? This is pure tall pea plant and this is pure dwarf pea plant. What are going to be the gametes? They will be like this. From this parent we are going to have these, from this parent we are going to have these. Let us solve this by making a Punnett square. You all know what is a Punnett square. It was given by scientist Punnett, and the male gametes we are going to put on this side, and on the upper side we are going to put the female gametes. So we have this combination. Okay. So what we are going to analyze by this Punnett square is, remember that in this combination we are having a hybrid tall pea plant, again we are having a hybrid tall pea plant, again hybrid tall pea plant and a hybrid tall pea plant. So if we talk in terms of percentage, we are going to, this is a 25% of 100, this is again 25%, 25% and 25%. So what is going to be the ratio in this case? Well, the ratio in this case is going to be 100% hybrid tall pea plants. So for example, you are sowing some seeds, okay, in the garden, and you get the pea plants that are all tall. This confirms that the genotype of the dominant one is what? Homozygous dominant. If you are getting all the plants, all the offsprings as tall pea plants, remember this is going to prove that the genotype of the parent was homozygous dominant. So, the dominant allele was in homozygous condition, okay, if you are getting all the plants tall. So, in this case, what is going to be? There will be 100% tall pea plants. Okay, in this case we will not get any dwarf or short pea plant. Why? Because this combination says that if you have a homozygous dominant parent and you are going to cross it with recessive, pure recessive parent, we will be having the dominant phenotype in the offsprings. There will be no phenotype for recessive character, remember. So, this means the plants are going to be 100% tall. For example, if in the other case you see, if you have to write the phenotype is what? Phenotype is that the plants are going to be tall, and the genotype is they are going to be 100% tall, okay. So, the ratio, what do you think the ratio is going to be? It is going to be 1:1. Means, why in fact 1:1? This is going to be totally tall, these are totally tall plants. So, remember in this case what is going to happen? All the plants are going to be hybrid tall, okay. They are going to be hybrid tall. Okay, so the test cross results when we have the homozygous condition of the dominant allele, and when we cross it with pure recessive, homozygous recessive alleles, we are going to have all the plants with phenotype that is tall. The dwarfness, the recessive character will not be expressed. Okay, next we move on to a cross in the case of this genotype. Okay, so as you know that we are going to take the recessive alleles as this only, because a test cross is, remember, a cross between an individual of unknown genotype and an individual which is homozygous for recessive characters. So, if you are going to have another genotype as this, what you are going to say is, let us work on the gametes of this. We will have gametes like this, right. Let us work on a Punnett square. What you are going to have in this case is, put the male gametes on the left hand side and the female gametes on the upper side, okay. Does not matter, you can consider this male and this female also, because we are talking about parents as a whole. So, what is going to be this combination? An uppercase letter T and a lowercase letter t. Here also we have an uppercase letter t and a lowercase letter t, but in this case when you are going to multiply this with this, you have both the lowercase letter t, and in this case also you will have both the lowercase letter t. Now what is going to happen? We will divide in 25%, so 25%, 25% and 25%. So what is going to happen now? Remember, we have 2 plants out of 4 that are going to be hybrid tall. We have 2 plants out of 4 that are going to be pure dwarf. Okay. So when you talk about the phenotype, this is 50% tall and 50% of the plants are going to be dwarf. They will have short height. So remember, in this case when we have a heterozygous condition of one of the parents, and when we cross it with what? We are going to cross it with recessive allele, pure recessive allele, homozygous recessive allele. We are going to have 50% dominant character and 50% recessive character, because in the 50% case the recessive allele from this parent is going to come, and this parent obviously can give recessive allele only. So you can make out that if you have an idea of the offsprings, you have sown some seeds in the garden and you have plants that are 50% tall and 50% dwarf. So you can make out that the parent genotype or one of the parent genotype should have been a heterozygous one. It should not have been homozygous. Why? Because if it would have been homozygous, then all plants have been tall. But since all the plants are not tall in this case, this proves that the alleles are here, this combination is what? We have a heterozygous combination over here. That is why we have 50% tall and 50% dwarf pea plants. I hope now this is very clear to you in case of pea plants. For example, if in the examination you are asked to complete this, for example, we have a blank over here, you are supposed to write what is going to be the genotype of this organism. That is why we do a test cross. Remember why do we prefer test cross? Because we are going to have the unknown genotype of the organism. So when you are asked like this, for example, you do not have this, you just have an idea that the plants are 100% tall. So how can you make out that the plants are 100% tall? You need to know that if it is going to be a homozygous condition, then only the plants can be 100% tall. And if you have 50% tall plants and 50% dwarf plants, this means the condition is heterozygous of one of the parents. So this is how you are going to make out for a test cross, and remember that this test cross is very important to the genesis. Why? Because this is going to help them to analyze, to interpret the genotype of an organism. So remember, when you are asked what is going to be the genotype of the organism, you can perform a test cross, and by the results you can conclude what is the genotype of the organism and how you are going to interpret that. Okay. So next we move forward. In case of guinea pigs, we have a heterozygous black guinea pig. This is for example, another example, and we have a homozygous white guinea pig. Since we are considering only single character at a time, so this is a monohybrid cross. So this is a monohybrid test cross, and this is also going to be a monohybrid test cross. Okay. So let us perform this heterozygous black guinea pig. Heterozygous means one uppercase letter and one lowercase letter. This is going to encode for heterozygous black guinea pig. Okay. Next, homozygous white guinea pig means this is definitely going to be recessive character, and this is homozygous. So both the B, they are lowercase letter b. Okay. Why? Because we have homozygous white guinea pig. So let us work on the gametes. You will have a combination like this, and from here we will have gametes like this. So these are the gametes. Okay, remember these are the gametes. We have gametes like this. We have gametes like this from this parent. Then let's work on the Punnett square. What we are going to have is this combination. We have an uppercase letter B and a lowercase letter b. Here also we have an uppercase letter B and a lowercase letter b. We have both homozygous recessive, right? So what is going to be? It is going to be white guinea pig, right? Here also we have this condition, homozygous white guinea pig. So this is going to be white guinea pig, and these are going to be black. Okay. So when we contribute 25%, 25%, 25%, 25% to each of them, what we are going to have? We have a combination like black is to white, 50 is to 50, means 50% of the guinea pigs are going to have a black coat color and 50% guinea pigs are going to have a white coat color. So this is how you are going to perform a test cross. So this type of a cross is known as a test cross. Why a test cross? Because here we are going to predict what is going to be the genotype of one of the parents when we are going to cross it with what? With recessive alleles, with homozygous recessive alleles. Okay. So this is going to help the genetics to analyze the genotype of an organism when this is the case. So this test cross is one of the major contribution by Gregor Mendel that has played a vital role in analyzing the genotype of an organism, the unknown genotype of an organism. So this is how test cross is a cross between an individual of unknown genotype and an individual which is homozygous for recessive characters. Remember, since here we can have two genotypes that are going to encode for a tall pea plant which is there in the parent, that can be analyzed by performing this cross with homozygous recessive alleles. So if the result is 100% of the dominant character, it means one of the parent is homozygous. Okay. And if we have 50% of the dominant character and 50% of the recessive character, means the parent is heterozygous. This is how you can interpret what is a test cross, and you can also cite an example of this cross. This is going to help you to analyze that a test cross can actually help you to understand the genotype of an unknown genotype of an organism. Okay.